Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. How do you recognize an independent country, free, independent, sovereign country, strong country on this planet? You put it against what United States of America says, and if they oppose it, that means they are independent, sovereign, strong countries. So when the United States of America threatens you with something and you hit back, that means you qualify. This is China. China just smacked not only Zelensky Stein, he's just a puppet. Not Ukraine, it's just a country that unfortunately is used like a prostitute by the pimp, what's his name, Zelensky Stein. The guys, the owners are the guys in charge of the United States of America, and those are not the politicians. Those are just the tools. You know, when you want to, hang let's say, a portrait on a wall or something like that, you take a nail and you take a hammer. Click, pum, 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 pum. Click, click, looks good. That's the way they do it. So I am the one who uses the hammer, the United States of America, wherever I want to hit a nail on this planet. China refuses to attend peace summit in Switzerland. Why? Because it's a shit show. A shit show where we have a Zelensky Stein telling us, like in 1984, the dystopian novel written by George Orwell. You remember those? Who was the guy that these guys were supposed to hate? Now we have to worship. Well, if you're not familiar, read that book. It was a guy who looked in a certain way. The guys were supposed to hate that guy, but here we're supposed to worship this guy, which is Zelensky Stein. Now, let me read you. I have 3 articles. First one, Ukrainska Pravda, Friday the 31st of May 2024. China refuses to attend peace summit in Switzerland, right there. And let me show you, it's from Ukrainska Pravda. No, please don't do this shit. All right. I'm going to make you. There you go. So, here you have China refuses to attend. Citing Reuters, citing from informed sources, reported that China has confirmed that it will not participate in Ukraine's peace summit organized by. It's so ugly. It is so ugly. It's like you have some guys who gang raped someone, and they will be the guys who organize the trials for the victim and the alleged perpetrators or something like that. I mean, this is how it feels to a certain extent. These guys are involved in the garbage that occurred in 2014, and not only then. And now they come as being the saviors. They are the guys who are going to make peace. The guys who did not deal with the Russians in 2021, when the Russians knocked at all those doors. Hey guys, let's have it done. Let's write some security guarantees. No, we don't want to, because Ukraine is not an independent country, because Ukraine is not a neutral country anymore. The Ukraine will have you fight them. And it's going to be Russians against Ukrainians, with a Zelensky Stein in charge with his team. I know some Ukrainians who are dead, who spin like this in their graves if I would go and tell him, hey, știi că ăștia un Zelensky Stein ca și președintele nației tale? That's translation from Romanian. Hey, did you know that these guys have a Zelensky Stein in charge of your nation? I know one very good. Used to, anyway. So, let's move on. Next article. New Voice of Ukraine. The same, the 31st of May 2024. China refuses to participate in Ukrainian peace summit in Switzerland. There's not a Ukrainian peace summit if you don't bring the, how should I put that, all the witnesses, if you don't bring the alleged perpetrator, allow him to defend himself, bring evidence. That's not what it is. Is that how it is? You just say, you're the bad dude, we're going to just discuss here and say you're guilty? Is that how justice is? I know justice is like this in certain areas and certain cultures, but These guys perverted our civilization. These guys, you know who they are. Yeah, some of them are part of our group. Those are called traitors. Beijing rejected the invitation because its conditions about Russia's participation in the summit and I'm quoting, a fair discussion of all proposals were not met, Reuters reported, citing 4 sources familiar with the matter on May 31st. Well, this also tells us that Russia and China, obviously, or at least China, shows, can you imagine China being, can you imagine, I'm talking about the Western guys, you know, we are the exceptional ones, and the Chinese are communists, can you imagine the Chinese really lecturing us or them into, I don't know, not legal matters, but objectivity and logic? I mean, they have what? Lao Tzu, Confucius, who they have? Sun Tzu? What the hell? Oh my God. And we have what? Starting with Plato, Aristotle, and all those guys. Now we have Maya Angelou, and we have Elie Wiesel. These are the new guys that make me vomit. Anyway, let's move on to the next article coming from Sputnik. From today, May 31st. China refuses to take part in Swiss conference on Ukraine. Report. China has confirmed it will not take, this is according to Russians, China has confirmed it will not take part in a peace conference on Ukraine in Switzerland in June, where Russia was not invited. Reuters reported, citing sources. I mean, minimum of requirement to have a veneer of justice, and I'm not talking about the Nuremberg trials, is to invite the alleged perpetrator, alleged suspect, to defend himself, present the evidence, listen to his evidence or counter-arguments. That's how it is. And allow them, not as it was in Nuremberg trials, allow them to access the documents. Anyway, Beijing declined the invitation because conditions for its participation were not met. Condition for its participation. Earlier, commenting on Kiev's call for Chinese President Xi Jinping to attend the summit in Switzerland, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Mao Ning said that China supports convening an international peace conference to resolve the Ukraine crisis, which is recognized by both Moscow and Kiev. Switzerland will host a peace conference on Ukraine not far off from the city of Lucerne from June 15 to 16. In April, the spokesman of the Russian embassy in Berna, Vladimir Kokhlov, told Sputnik that Switzerland did not invite Russia to the summit, adding that Moscow had no plans to participate in the event, even if invited. Well, is that because you don't trust that the judges will be fair? Or maybe those judges are not recognized? First is between Russia and Ukraine. Why do I need to go in Switzerland? Who the fuck is Switzerland? Huh? Why do I need to go over there? And who organizes Switzerland? Really? Who froze our assets? No, thank you very much. I don't recognize you as being a judge. Actually, I am the judge. You know why? Because I have the rocket and you don't have it. Why don't the Russians talk like that? Maybe they do, but they give a little bit of a more nuanced answer, not like mine. But basically, the Russians, what would they stay in the box of the accused and say, okay, Americans, okay, Switzerland, okay, Bangladesh, okay, not Bangladesh, let Bangladesh alone, Emil, smack. Let's get, I don't know, Netherlands, Belgium, little countries, you are our judges. What the fuck are smack, skulls and all that? You want to destroy us. You want to destroy us. And you want to be my judge? Mother. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.